Paul Pogba's ban is over. He's free to play football, yet no one wants him. A World Cup winner once hailed as the best midfielder on the planet, now clubless, unfit and forgotten. To think a player worth £89 million at one point can't get a contract now. It's unreal, but this can't be how his story ends. So I'm stepping in to save Pogba's legacy, and the only way we can do that is by winning him the Champions League, a trophy he's never won before. But it won't be easy. He hasn't kicked a ball in months, and our first task is to find him a football club. But man, are we against the clock. Pogba's 32. He's probably got only 3 years left at the top, but that is if we can find him a club and restart his career. And here we go, boys. We're starting off with Paul Pogba unemployed as a free agent. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've tried offering Pogba to a variety of different clubs in Europe. I mean, hey, if the goal is to win him the Champions League, we need to get him to a club of that stature. But sadly, clubs like Barcelona and Real Madrid didn't even pick up the call. Juventus did, because Pogba has played there before, but they politely declined. English clubs weren't even interested after Pogba's awful stint at Man United. I even tried offering Paul Pogba to some of the mid-table European clubs, but even they were hesitating. At this point, forget the Champions League. Pogba's gonna have to work his way back into Europe, but we need to find him a starting point somewhere at least. Now, during this ban, Pogba's been spending his time in Miami enjoying the beach life, but I think there's another reason. He's good friends with Messi, and he's also been seen watching some of the Miami games, and an opportunity to play for Inter Miami alongside Leo Messi, that will get him the eyeballs he needs. And if maybe he can win trophies with Messi, that could open a pathway back into Europe. But the question is, do Inter Miami want Pogba? Well, at least they're willing to set up a meeting with him. Mascherano, the Miami boss, actually seemed interested in signing Pogba and offering him redemption, but he had 3 conditions. Number 1, Pogba would have to get serious. Miami are trying to win as many trophies as possible while Messi's still playing. Number 2, Pogba's not going to be a starter straight away. Mascherano deems him currently unfit. He's going to have to work his way into the starting 11. And number 3, Pogba's going to have to accept extremely low wages. Now, Pogba was a bit shocked with all these demands, but right now he's not in a place to negotiate. If he wants to revive his career, this is the only way. Miami's the only club willing to give him a chance, and that's why Pogba's taking it. He's signing for Inter Miami. Pogba's redemption journey begins now. And here we go. Paul Pogba has joined up with the Inter Miami squad. He's going to be teammates with Messi, Alba, Suarez, and even Busquets. Those are the kind of winners that Pogba needs to hang around to get back in the mindset of winning big things. But the first thing that's going to happen at Inter Miami is a medical evaluation. You see, the overall you're seeing 82. That was Paul Pogba before the ban. After that, nobody knows where his skill level is at. And so Pogba went through comprehensive medical evaluation, and the results aren't the best. He is now apparently a 77 rated player. Stats have gone down massively. This doesn't look like the same Paul Pogba. I guess all the European clubs that rejected Pogba were right, because right now he's not at the level to play there, and with a 77 overall, he's getting nowhere near a Champions League winning team. The road ahead is going to be really hard for Pogba, but he's going to have to keep his head down, work super hard in training, and get that overall back up. You know what? At the age of 32, Pogba knows there's not going to be any more second chances, and that's why in training he was giving everything. Whether it was shooting drills, passing drills, defending drills, Pogba did them all. But it seemed like Mascherano was still not convinced. Inter Miami had played their first 3 games. Pogba wasn't even in the squad. But finally, in matchday 4 of the MLS against Montreal, Paul Pogba's hard work paid off. He's on the bench. And finally, the moment we've been waiting for, Pogba's coming on. Almost 2 years since he's played football. And here he is, boys. Paul Pogba on the ball. Oh, but he lost it almost immediately. Well, he is fit now, but is he match fit is the real question. Oh, but he's gotten through here and a bit of space for Pogba. He's going to take that shot, and what an attempt that was. Time is running out, and Pogba so far hasn't really shown much as he gets through here. That's more like the old Paul Pogba, but he's lacking a bit of pace. Goes for goal there, but he had better options. And that's full time. First MLS game. Everybody's hugging Pogba because he's back playing football, but I think he knows he's not put in a good shift. In the post-match press conference, Mascherano said that he was happy that Pogba's back, but also said that he's not the same Pogba, and he's not sure if that version of Pogba will ever be back. One thing's for sure, Mascherano's words definitely irk Pogba. He doesn't believe he's finished. But maybe the gaffer knew what he was doing, because Pogba was now putting twice the effort in training. He's also slowly getting back his overall up to a 79 now. Oh, and look at that. Pogba's got his first Inter Miami start. And Pogba's going to need to perform here. Already he's looking good, though, on the ball, looking for Leo Messi. And now Pogba's got the ball again. He's managed to go through, but he got pushed off. Oh, that's a rough challenge on Pogba after he beat his man. Free kick for Inter Miami. And what am I seeing? Pogba has asked Leo Messi to give it to him, and he's taking it. Well, if you've asked Messi to take a free kick and then you don't deliver, it's going to be problems. What can Pogba do in? Well, I don't think Messi's going to be too happy with that. But he will be happy with this as Pogba sets up Luis Suarez and he puts it top bins. First assist for Paul Pogba after his ban. And now he fires through that pass for Leo Messi. It was brilliant vision. Messi's going to square it for Suarez. And that's such a well-worked goal. Pogba's not going to get the assist, but the streets will know he was involved. Oh, it's his chance also to maybe get his first goal back. And Pogba misses. What a chance for him to score that was. Oh, this could be something. Pogba chesting it down brilliantly. Fake shot as well. Paul Pogba with his first goal back. No! He has the worst luck ever. How did that come off the crossbar? Now, although Pogba couldn't get on the score sheet, but he had done enough for everybody to talk about him. Even the media is now saying that Pogba might not be finished, but still there's no interest from any European clubs. I guess the truth is Pogba is still 79 rated, but if he can help Messi and go win the MLS, something they failed to do last year, his overall might go up, and that could be his ticket to getting back into Europe. It's mission MLS Cup now for Pogba, and he starts off strong by scoring screamers. Pogboom is back. But also throughout the season, he's formed an incredible connect with Leo Messi on the pitch. And apart from that, we were now seeing the shades of old Pogba, the Juventus Pogba, as he was dominating the midfield with his physicality, creating chances and getting assists. End of the season, and look at that. Pogba has gained everything he's lost and more, up to an 83 overall. And also they finished first in the Eastern Conference. But that doesn't mean they've won the MLS yet. The MLS works a bit differently. Inter Miami are now going to have to play a knockout-style tournament to win the cup. Last year with Messi, this is where they got knocked out. But this time, Inter Miami had Pogba, and they made light work of Nashville in the quarterfinals. And then against Atalanta in the semis, Messi and Pogba combined and sent them packing. And now it's time for the MLS Cup final, Inter Miami versus LA Galaxy. I mean, this could be Pogba's ticket back to Europe, because rumors suggest that there are European club scouts watching this game. And in fact, everybody's got a keen eye on Pogba, because his stats in the MLS this year, 12 goals and 16 assists, are just brilliant. And if Pogba can come through now in a high-pressure moment, lift that trophy, maybe the Champions League could then be next. Gotta say, though, Pogba feels so much better on the ball now towards the end of the season. At the start, he was unfit, not looking great, but of course, now he's back to being Paul Pogba, and look at the dribble. He's actually gone through everyone, and he passed it home. Paul Pogba is here, scoring in a final. Even Messi's appreciating him there. This is too easy for Leo Messi. He's completely through. Messi is going to chip the keeper. That's what Messi does. Of course he's going to score in a cup final. I thought this final was settled, but LA Galaxy had Marco Reus. He's got them back in this one. Okay, boys, that wasn't part of the script. I completely forgot LA Galaxy had Marco Reus. Maybe then Miami are going to need a Pogba screamer to win this game. Edge of the box, but he misses. He knows the scouts are watching. He wants to show them what he's all about. But now he's going to have to do a bit of defensive work, and there's the physicality of Pogba. And no, not this way, not this way, not this way. LA Galaxy have made the comeback. This is supposed to be Paul Pogba's night. Instead, at this rate, European clubs would want to re-sign Marco Reus. Game's not done yet, though. There is still time. And Pogba is finding a bit of space, looking for the pass out wide. Gets it back. Paul Pogba trying one, but what a shot that was. Awful. The pressure's getting to him, is it? Pogba again driving the ball into the middle, looking for some link up. Gets it back. Paul Pogba, the angle is difficult, but he should have done better, and that's full time. Pogba's giving it everything in extra time. He's showing the physicality that he can play even 120 minutes, and now he's in shooting position, goes for goal, and it's a Pogboom special. Pogba might have just won the MLS Cup all by himself with that goal. And that's exactly what he's capable of. He's done it before in World Cup finals. And now after the ban, he's showing he can do it again. And yes, boys, Paul Pogba has just won the MLS and has come back here. Captain Messi's the one lifting the trophy. He's been a big help to Pogba. Of course, Pogba can celebrate now. But tomorrow, his phone is going to be going off. There's going to be calls from all sorts of clubs. And don't forget, since the MLS runs on a different calendar, Pogba will be joining a European club mid-season. It's going to be hard to adapt, but if he can perform again, come July, World Cup 2026, it will be beautiful to see Pogba wearing blue again. The redemption arc has only just begun. We're now in January, and Paul Pogba does have offers from Europe, but not from the clubs you'd expect. Clubs like Barcelona and Real Madrid have shown absolutely no interest. Fabrizio Romano did report interest from Juventus, but they pulled out last minute. I guess the big clubs don't want to make a controversial signing like Paul Pogba in January. But on the table, there is an offer from Manchester United. But I don't think Pogba's making the same mistake 3 times. United are in a rebuild phase. Pogba's got maybe 2 years at the top. They're not even in the Champions League. This is a recipe for disaster if Pogba signs, but he is not going to. There's an offer from Real Betis, which is interesting. Playing in La Liga would definitely get some eyeballs from Barcelona and Real Madrid then. But again, they're not in the Champions League. I feel Pogba needs to join a club in the Champions League, so in the next 6 months, he can prove to everyone that yes, at the highest level, he can still compete. Because so far, all he's done is cook in the MLS, which is in the highest of standards. And that's why this third contract offer is the most interesting one from Marseille. Surprisingly, Marseille are doing ridiculously well in the Champions League. Most likely, they will be in the knockouts, and it'll be a great opportunity for Pogba to showcase his talent. Second, he'll be back playing in France. And that could be big because this is 2026. There's a World Cup on the horizon, and getting picked for France could be huge in Pogba's redemption story. And so the decision is being made. Pogba's returning to France. He signed the contract with Marseille. It's taken him over a year after his ban to get back into Europe, but he's worked his way here, winning the MLS. Now he needs to showcase what he's all about in the Champions League for Marseille. And straight away, Paul Pogba hit the ground running. Oh, Rabiot wins that ball back nicely, and he could play a clever pass in for Pogba. That's what he's done. Paul Pogba back in the Champions League, and he's back on the score sheet. They said he was finished playing in the MLS, but now he's back in Europe, scoring on Champions League nights. Pogba was playing so well for Marseille that nobody could even believe it. From the media to even the gaffer. Oh, and look at the growth on Paul Pogba. He's up to an 85 overall. Just look at those stats. He's got his pace back. He's got his long shots back. At this rate, I've got a feeling Paul Pogba might be able to surpass his highest ever FIFA rating, which is 88. But he is getting older. Pogba is now 33. But that isn't stopping him from dominating in the Champions League knockouts. Single-handedly, he's managed to pull Marseille through against Braga, getting assists as well as a goal. But unfortunately, in the quarterfinals, Paul Pogba was up against Arsenal. Now, he did put in a brilliant shift in the midfield, but this time he was forced to do more defensive work. And ultimately, Arsenal just had way more quality, and they've knocked Marseille out. But still, Pogba was one of the best players on the pitch. Even though Pogba's got knocked out of the Champions League, his objective of joining Marseille, I think, is complete. There's talks about him being included in the France squad for the World Cup, and there's also rumors linking him to big European clubs like Barcelona and Real Madrid. We're now at the end of the season in May, just about a month from the World Cup, and there's no news about Pogba being called up for France. Well, that could change because Marseille are playing the Coupe de France final. I know Pogba and Marseille here are the underdogs, but if somehow he can lead Marseille to this trophy, I think it could get him that France call-up, as well as a massive transfer offer. Oh, PSG are already on the attack, and that's a bad challenge, but Lee Kanga just got up, and he's managed to score. I told you guys, Marseille are massive underdogs here. If Marseille want to win this trophy, I think Pogba's going to need to pull off something special. And he is getting into space, and somehow he's gone through there with the strength, but no, he went for the cheeky chip. Pogba needs to keep his composure, man. There's a lot on the line in a game like this. He's trying to find a bit of space to maybe shoot. Goes for goal, but it's straight at the keeper. Oh, man, PSG are completely outclassing us, and now another chance for them. Lee Kangin doubles their lead. Pogba simply can't believe it. He's fuming as he watches on. Pogba's doing the best he can with passes like that, but the team needs to respond. There needs to be a magic moment somewhere, but again, they give the ball away. The difference in quality here is staggering as PSG come through, and Kvaratskhelia, he's ended this cup final right here. In probably his last game as a Marseille player, Pogba suffers a brutal defeat. In spite of that defeat, let's look at the positives. Pogba's had a solid 6 months at Marseille, 14 assists and 9 goals. He's also put in some special Champions League performances, phases. But it does look like that final defeat has cost Pogba massively, because he has been snubbed from the World Cup 26. Actually can't believe it, man. Didier Deschamps has come out and said that he prefers Tchouaméni and Camavinga. Pogba's the past. They appreciate what he did in 2018, but it's time for France to move on. Okay, this actually hurts. France without Pogba won the World Cup. And nah, man, this isn't how we're gonna get Pogba redemption. I still feel he's got one good year left at the top. If we can get Pogba to a team that's a Champions League contender, I've got a feeling he can earn the ending he deserves. It's almost time for pre-season, yet Pogba is still at Marseille. The big European clubs are seemingly not that interested in Paul Pogba, especially after seeing him lose that cup final, snubbed at the World Cup. And man, to get Pogba to the Champions League trophy, we needed him to join a club like Barca, Real Madrid or Bayern. But looks like that's not gonna happen. But there is a club that's been interested in Pogba for the last 2 years, but has hesitated to make the move. But this time, they do want to take a bet on Paul Pogba. He's got a contract from Juventus. That's right, the club where Paul Pogba was at his best. I mean, Pogba was so good at Juventus that he even got into the team of the year once. And he does have unfinished business there. You see, back in 2015, Pogba guided his team to the Champions League final, but they couldn't beat Barcelona. And so this could be the fairy tale ending Paul Pogba is after. He's signing the contract with Juventus, and he's back, boys. Paul Pogba is once again gonna serve the old lady. The first meeting between Pogba and the Juventus boss Thiago Motta was really positive. In fact, Motta has a plan for Paul Pogba. And okay, guys, Pogba's position has just changed to a cam, and I see what plans Thiago Motta has got for Pogba. He's gonna be playing in the middle as a number 10. And look at this young Juventus team around him. There's Nicolo Rovella, Diogo Costa in goal. There's Bradley Barcola as well. It might not be as good as Pogba's team back in 2015, which had Chiellini, Bonucci. But if Pogba can be a leader of this young team, I think they could go far in both the Serie A and the Champions League. Wait a minute, Pogba's wearing the armband? Yo, the trust Juventus are putting on him. I mean, it's exactly what Pogba needed after a really tough summer. Losing that cup final, not getting picked for the World Cup. With this kind of a responsibility, it's all on Pogba to lead this team as he's looking to find a good connection with Vlahovic. It's still Vlahovic. Let's see what the number 9 can do. Gets behind his man and manages to score. If Pogba and Vlahovic can become a great duo, this team can go far. It's now time for Pogba's Champions League return wearing a Juventus shirt. He's leading the team out, but guess who's he facing? PSG, the team that probably cost him a World Cup spot. With Marseille, he didn't have the team to compete with them, but things are now different with Juventus. Pogba looking for the perfect pass. Douglas Luiz is making the run. He's actually gone past this man. Scores, which means Pogba gets the assist. The revenge against PSG is on. Oh, a terrible challenge on Pogba. It's not looking good. Don't forget, Pogba is a bit injury prone. He's going to have to be careful. And now Pogba's gone through by himself. He gets his goal. Revenge against Paris is complete. There's something about this Juventus team, man, led by Pogba. Nah, man, this is crazy. Pogba's led Juventus to the number 1 spot in the league phases. He might actually have a chance to win the Champions League. Pogba's Juventus team is now working hard on the training ground to prepare for the Champions League knockouts. But this isn't good. In a routine medical checkup, it's been revealed that Pogba's got a problem with his right knee. I think this is from some of the challenge he received against PSG earlier on in the season. And also, truth be told, Pogba is getting old. He's soon going to be 34. This was bound to happen. He was always an injury-prone player. But interestingly, the medical team have cleared him to play, but they recommend Pogba play no more than 45 minutes. But come on, Pogba wasn't having it. If he's cleared to play, he wants to be on the pitch defending his team, leading his captain. And that's what he did against Inter in the Serie A. But after 45 minutes, he just didn't have the stamina. The gaffer had to pull him out. Pogba was completely disheartened by this. He knew he had what it takes to lead Juventus to Champions League glory, but his body's giving up on him. Oh man, this hurts. Pogba's rating has gone down to 84. Everything was going so well, and this one injury seems to have ruined everything. Or maybe not. Even though Pogba can't play the full 90, Juventus do have Julian Brandt who can play there. And if in the second half Pogba can come on and dictate the play, which we all know he can, that could be enough for Juventus to achieve Champions League glory. And now the Champions League knockouts begin, and Pogba missed the first leg against Newcastle, and Juventus lost 3-2. He is coming on now in the second half of the second leg. Juve are still 3-2 down. Pogba going through challenges and driving the ball forward. He's got the strength as well. He's going to square this one, and Juventus are back in it. Pogba with the stamina, and he's beating another player there. He's got the finish as well. What a goal from Paul Pogba. Against tired legs, he's looking even more effective. Despite the medical setback, Pogba has now completely reinvented himself to become the ultimate super sub. He came on against Real Madrid and helped Juventus knock them out, and he did the same against Chelsea. And oh my days, Juventus are in the Champions League final. Bayern Munich are going to be so tough to beat. This is what Paul Pogba wanted. A chance to redeem himself, end his career on a high. Oh, but it's absolutely brutal that Pogba's going to have to start this Champions League final on the bench. The teams are walking out and there's no Paul Pogba. He tried a lot to reason with the manager to start this game, but the medical team just wouldn't agree. For now, Pogba's going to have to settle supporting the team from the bench. He's a leader and captain, so he's not causing any troubles. And to be fair, he's got the best view in the house for this Champions League final. As a chance for Vlahovic. Vlahovic has scored! Juventus have taken the lead in the Champions League final. But since taking the lead, Bayern Munich have been the ones putting all the pressure. It's halftime, and even without Pogba, Juventus are leading. But bro, Bayern Munich are going to score at this rate. They've been creating all the chances. And that's why it's time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Paul Pogba is coming on in the Champions League final. The gaffer has just given him the instruction. Control the game. The lead is there. We don't need to do anything silly. Oh, but Pogba came on and Rafinha's going all by himself. Thankfully, he missed. But here he is on the ball, looking to control this game. Find maybe a game-winning pass, because one more goal, and I think Juventus are winning the Champions League. As Pogba goes through, he looks for a pass for Timothy Weah. But no, he skies it. What was that for a finish? Pogba starts to control the midfield, and that's what he's doing, but he gets tackled from behind. No foul. We can't have that knee injury get aggravated here. But it does look like Paul Pogba is fine as he beats one defender. There is space here to go through, but the defenders have caught up to him. He looks for Vlahovic, who I think is offside. Yes, he is. Pogba is broken through in the 90th minute. Could seal the game for Juventus. Pogba's off the post. I really thought he could have gotten a goal in the Champions League final there. But hey, he still come out on top. Even off the bench, coming on. Dominated the midfield. Pogba scored before in big finals, so I don't think he's going to be too pissed about not getting a goal in this one. But in the end, Pogba gets what he desires the most, the Champions League trophy. And that's the ending a player like him deserves. Even with the injuries he fought through, couldn't have the most of impact, but he did what he could and helped Juventus get that elusive Champions League trophy. Maybe something like this can happen with Paul Pogba now that he's unbanned in real life too. Comment down below which club do you think will sign him. But if you enjoyed this video, why not watch me save Neymar's career? Click here.